Welcome back to Luke's Properties YouTube channel. I've just acquired another rent-to-rent property, and in this video I'm going to walk you through the exact numbers. So let's get into it. So let's start with my startup cost, how much it cost me to get this deal over the line. So my deposit was £400, which was 2 weeks rent. We don't always pay a deposit, but because this was a new landlord, a new client, to build the trust, we decided to compromise on paying 2 weeks as a deposit, just so that he feels comfortable. Then we paid the first month's rent, which was £800. And then we spent £2,300 on furniture, which mainly consisted of brand new beds, a bedside table for each room, a toaster, a kettle, some soft furnishings for the house in general, bedding, pillows, this sort of stuff. And we bought most of it from IKEA, eBay and Amazon. And altogether it cost around £2,300, which brought our total capital employed to £3,500. We're then going to rent this house out for £2,200 per month. Now we're either going to rent it on short-term stay platforms by the week for a premium, or we're going to rent it by the room to working professionals on a weekly or monthly basis. Now because we've furnished the property to a high standard and we're going to pay all of the bills in our company name, we can then re-rent the property out to working professionals on a short-term basis for a premium price. My cat wants a lot of attention today, so we're going to have to shoot the video with her as a guest appearance. Be quiet, please. So we're going to collect £2,200 per month in rent from our premium tenants or guests. Out of that £2,200, we have to pay £800 to the landlord for their guaranteed rent. We're then going to pay the running costs, so gas, electric, water, Wi-Fi, etc., which will cost £500 per month. And that's going to give us a net income of £900 per month in profit, or £10,800 per year. Now if you take that £10,800 and divide it by our total capital employed, which was £3,500, and multiply that figure by 100, that gives us a 308% return on our capital employed. Now I don't know about you, but I don't know of many businesses where you can get a 308% return in your first year from investing £3,500. If you do know of any other businesses where you can get such returns, then please feel free to let us know in the comments. Now rents will rise by around 30% over the next 5 years, which works out to be around 6% per year. I know this because over the last 5 years, rents have risen by around 30% in my investment area. And because we have a rent-to-rent portfolio and I have a portfolio of my own, we have our own management company. So we deal with this stuff day in, day out, and we're constantly dealing with tenants. We're constantly letting properties, either rooms, studios, bedsits or houses, to tenants and guests. So I have access to this data, and I can pretty much bet one of my houses on the fact that rents will rise by 30% over the next 5 years, because there's just such a supply and demand issue at the moment in the UK, and there doesn't seem to be any solution for it at the moment or in the near future. So unless the government all of a sudden build millions of new homes, then there's still going to be this supply demand issue, and we're still going to be in a housing crisis which will force rents up in 5 years time. So I'm betting on this. So we've agreed to increase the rent by 6% per year to keep the landlord happy, and we're also going to increase the rent to the tenants or guests by 6% per year to absorb this cost and keep up with the market. So we've rented this property initially for a year with the view of extending over a 5-year period if things go well. So here's my expected numbers by 2030. By 2030 we would have had a net income of £54,000, and minus corporation tax, that's going to give us a post-tax income of £43,200. So we've basically turned £3,500 into £43,200 over a 5-year period. Again, if you know of any other businesses that can do this, feel free to let us know in the comments. I'm then going to use that £43,200 as a deposit to buy another house, which basically means I've got another house for free, because this rent-to-rent property is going to pay for a deposit on another house, and the bank will fund the rest. This is how you leverage other people's assets to grow and scale your net worth. This is why rent-to-rent is such a fantastic vehicle and a great way to get started in property. You can invest minimal amounts of capital, like £3,000 to £5,000, and make back anywhere from £10,000 to £11,000 per year from just one single unit. And over 5 years, it starts to compound and it can turn into £54,000, which is a substantial amount of money. And if you don't have much money, like I didn't in the beginning when I first started this business 7 years ago, then this is the best way to use what you do have, plus some good old-fashioned sweat equity, hard work and determination, and build a service-based business that adds value to landlords and allows you to get a 10x on your money and turn £3,000 to £5,000 into £50,000 to £60,000. And once you get to £50,000 to £60,000, then you can start buying property. You could even buy 2 properties with £60,000. And then you buy those, you rent them out, then you're benefiting from the appreciation from owning assets. You're also getting passive income. You could even rent those houses out as Airbnbs and make even more income. But you're getting the best of both worlds. You get passive income, appreciation, and you have a rent-to-rent portfolio that's paying you a handsome cash flow, which allows you to live a good lifestyle, but also allows you to save some disposable income, which you can then use to buy more houses. So you don't need to have £30,000 to £100,000 to get started in property. You can get started with just £5,000 to £10,000 by using a creative strategy like rent-to-rent. So if you want to get started in property and you only have £5,000 to £10,000 in savings, then copy me and do this. This is how you get to the next level. Now, if you need someone to help you get there quicker without making any mistakes, costly mistakes, then I'll leave a link in the description below. You can click the link and book in a free call with me. And on that call, we can make a plan for you going forward and work out if we're a good fit for each other, whether you'd be a good mentee of mine and whether I'd be a good mentor for you. This is how I managed to save up enough money to build my own buy-to-let portfolio, by doing this over and over again. And there's loads of opportunities out there for you guys to do the same. You just have to know exactly what you're doing. Yes guys, so now I'm going to give you a quick video walkthrough of my latest rent-to-rent property. Enjoy. I've just taken on another rent-to-rent property. Come inside and have a look. So this is bedroom 1. As you can see, nice and big, nice, fresh, modern. This will rent for £550 a month. Follow me into the kitchen. So this is the dining area slash kitchen. As you can see, nice and spacious. People can sit and eat there. Follow me into the downstairs bathroom. Bit tight in here, but don't be scared. So you've got a nice walk-in shower here. This is the outside space. Nothing too crazy, too fancy, but low maintenance. Serves its purpose. Follow me and I'll take you upstairs. So this is bedroom number 2. As you can see, another good sized double. This will rent for £525 a month. I'll show you bedroom number 3. This is bedroom 3, slightly bigger again than bedroom 2. This will rent for £550 a month. And this is the biggest bedroom, the master bedroom, and this will rent for £575 per month. Let me just show you the first floor bathroom. And this is the first floor bathroom, as you can see, nice and big. So we've got a bathroom on each floor, which would be good for a shared house. So there's 1 bathroom between every 2 tenants. Click the link in the description if you want me to help you do this too. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.